Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Continuing from my previous upload, I want to go into more detail about leg training, this time specifically talking a little bit about jumping, but more so a reflection of my perspectives and why I like to do bodyweight work in general. This week, I decided to take a page out of Nakajima's playbook and did box jumps with weights. Now, I'm nowhere near his level due to the fact that I don't do this as much as I should, hence the baby weights that I'm using here to jump onto the box, but this is to add an extra challenge to the workout in the hopes of improving power in my jump beyond what I would normally need to jump this height. Following this, I chose to do knee tuck box jumps. The use of this goes beyond developing your ability to jump high, as it also helps to develop explosiveness in your hips as you have to generate force from the kneeling position in order to gain enough height for your feet to land beneath you. This is useful for jumping, sprinting, and overall athletic performance where such explosive power is necessary to excel at either of those things. To finish off, I will do regular vertical jumps while holding weights at max effort. Similarly to the weighted box jumps, the aim with this exercise is to increase the amount of force required to jump to a certain height. As I mentioned in my last video, my two sources of inspiration for this style of training come from Earl Lederman and Hironori Nakajima. My philosophy and reason for training this way are mainly derived from the ideas that Lederman put forward in endurance. Like I said previously, among the fitness benchmarks he outlines everyone ought to train in order to save their own lives, being able to jump or vault over obstacles of waist height is one of them, and one that most people often overlook in their training. In his book, Lederman tells a story derived from his experience to demonstrate the importance of jumping as a skill. In his story, the man came face to face with a rattlesnake while out hunting. Knowing that if he wanted to get away from the snake, the man would have to ensure his next move would effectively prevent the snake from reaching him. Given that rattlesnakes can leap their entire body length, this meant the man's only option would be to jump clear of the fence that he was next to and beyond the snake's reach, which is ultimately what he did. The story made me think about the practical use of jumping and vaulting, such as when you're running from something or somebody, or inversely when you're chasing someone or running towards something, of course hoping that nobody has to end up in such a situation at all. It's not often that you get to run on a clear course like on a track. More often than not, there will be obstacles involved. Hence why I have a passion for obstacle courses, as they emulate running situations more adherent to what you'd encounter outside of sporting events. In such scenarios, you would have to jump and climb obstacles to get from point A to point B efficiently. Hence why I agree with Lederman that this should be a fitness benchmark everyone should try to achieve as best they can. Referring back to the example of Lederman's story, there unfortunately will be situations where someone will suddenly encounter a dangerous situation and the only way to survive is to jump clear of the danger. Cars are a good example of this as well, where if someone loses control of their vehicle, your ability to jump clear of obstacles may be the thing you need to save yourself, though I sincerely hope none of you watching this will ever have to be in that kind of situation. Having said all that, you might be thinking survival is the reason I train, but the reality is nobody, including myself, wants or needs to train specifically out of a sense of danger. Ultimately, I train and work out because I enjoy it. My philosophy for how I train stems from what is functional, which I define as those physical skills that are directly transferable to real life. Put simply, why I train is because I enjoy it, whereas how I train is defined by what I feel is more useful outside of the gym. Thus why this is the kind of thing I do rather than, say, bodybuilding. This is the reason why I admire free runners and climbers, as their style of training directly correlates with what I'm referring to, which is the ability to interact with the world physically in such a way that enables them to get from one point to the next in the most efficient way possible. So this video was more reflective than my previous ones, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. My hope is that this shed some light into my ideas behind training and that it was at least somewhat enlightening. If you did enjoy it, as always, leave a like, share it around, comment your thoughts below, and if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and I will see you in the next one.